NCC leader Fadiel Adams has been suspended from Parliament for 20 days over ethics violations just days before his scheduled Madlanga Commission testimony. National Coloured Congress, NCC, leader and member of Parliament Fadiel Adams has been suspended from Parliament for 20 days. The Section 89 Impeachment Committee was informed of the suspension during a meeting to vote on the nomination of an evidence leader after Adams was absent. The suspension took effect on August 3, 2026, and will run until toward the end of the month. Committee Secretary Thembinkosi Ngoma confirmed Adams had been suspended under the Powers, Privileges and Immunities of Parliament and Provincial Legislatures Act, although no further reasons were provided during the meeting. The recommended sanctions included a reprimand, an apology in the House, suspension from debates and committees for 20 parliamentary days, and a corresponding salary reduction. Despite the suspension, Adams remains a member of Parliament and is still scheduled to appear before the Madlanga Commission on August 11, 2026. Commission spokesperson Jeremy Michaels confirmed the appearance, where Adams is expected to answer questions about a Section 27 affidavit connected to investigations into senior crime intelligence officials. The NCC had not issued an immediate public response at the time of the reports. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comment section below.
Audit on its armaments every year for 10 years. We brought the motion that government must interfere because they're killing children on the Cape Flats with these guns at the rate of up to 10 a day. The Democratic Alliance objects to the motion. The Democratic Alliance chooses to save JP Smith's political skin over the lives of our children, our innocent children being gunned down on the Cape Flats. That's the email that I published. It's that objection. Okay. Unfortunately, stupidly, I don't crop out the number of the member, and I do apologize for that one.
All right.
For the rest of it, I'm unapologetic.
Yeah. That mistake, as you call it, it happened via your Facebook account. Can I talk to you about social media for a moment? Because it's not the only platform you use. Do you believe that your use of social media is helpful for your work, or has it become slightly harmful to your work given what you are doing now, which is basically issuing an apology?
You know, Zoli, it's a double-edged sword. Because of the position I hold, I think it's sometimes harmful. But if you want to get a message out there, I think it's useful. So you got to take the good with the bad. Like I say, I've made a mistake. It was an honest mistake. It was an incredibly stupid oversight. I'm going to pay the price for it. I offer no objections to it. I think the sanction is fair. I think I had it coming.
Yeah. Along the same vein of your social media use, you are a representative of the people. They have elected you to champion their issues in Parliament. And sometimes I've listened to some of your content. You're not afraid to use unparliamentary language there. Do you believe that this is the kind of representative that people are looking for, or do you think that you're going to change your ways going into the future?
Look, I think it's too old for me to change my ways. I'm 50 years old. But let me tell you something. My voters knew exactly who they were voting for. They asked me and tasked me to save our kids on the Cape Flats. Our kids don't die in perfect English. They die violently. People are more concerned with my use of language than young men with 15 holes in their heads laying on the pavement. That is my concern. And forget language. There's nothing that I won't do to save these kids, to do my bit. So while people may chirp at my language, beautiful, that's just a diversion from the awful reality that we live, where our kids are being mowed down with guns supplied by government, where 400,000 of our kids are addicted to drugs facilitated by government. This is what I'm fighting. So excuse me if a profanity slips out, because government is doing an awesome job of killing the children on the Cape Flats, colored children for the most part. So, you know what? With me, it's what you see is what you get. I don't have another personality. I don't have another set of principles like most politicians. You know, they speak to a different audience. They've got a different song to sing. I've got one song to sing, and it's our awful truth.
Yeah.
People don't like.
Here is a statement from Parliament with details. Report of the Joint Committee on Ethics and Members' Interests on the Contravention of the Code of Ethical Conduct and Disclosure of Members' Interests.
Honorable Fadiel Adams, MP.
The Joint Committee on Ethics and Members' Interests, having considered the complaint against the Honorable Fadiel Adams, MP, reports as follows. Introduction. Honorable George Michalakis, MP, the complainant, the Chief Whip of the Democratic Alliance, DA, lodged a complaint against the Honorable Fadiel Adams, MP, the member of the National Colored Congress, NCC. The Office of the Registrar of Members' Interests received the complaint on March 5, 2025, for an alleged breach of the Code on Ethical Conduct and Members' Interests, the Code. Summary of the complaint. The complainant states that on February 18, 2025, the member posted a 9-minute video on Facebook, the social media post. The complainant states that the content of the social media post is as follows. I don't know what is wrong with some colored people, and some of us are so desperate to fit white sexual reproduction organs into our mouths. The Mackenzie family has been practicing it for years. He then refers to an individual as a thing, and the right-wing love coloreds that are a fit to work in the kitchen, but think they can make their way into the office by sucking white genitalia. He then also calls her a colored mother's pose. And if you do not excuse my language, fuck you Sommer, pig, colored motherfuck, this mother now I, and says that she is so desperate for a white man's recognition. He then continues, I don't care if you are a woman, because you're not a woman as far as I am concerned because a mother doesn't do this, and a May don't give a pose. I am not gender biased, you dirty fuck. With regards to members of the DA as fucking agents, he refers to the mayor of Cape Town as a piece of shit, and to his fucking kids. He then falsely accuses that mayor and the city of murder and fueling violence. He furthermore threatens the female individual that he will approach her employer. There will be consequences at your workplace. And tell them that you're employing a piece of shit, and then goes further to threaten the employer himself, stating that if she does not remove a Facebook post that your boss will not trade for a day or two, threatening to ignore a high court order against him for closing business because some things are worth going to jail for. The complainant states that the member is in breach of items 5, 1, and 9 of the code. Also, that if the complainant's conduct falls foul of the provisions of the Prevention and Combating of Hate Crime and Hate Speech Act, the member could be in breach of his oath of office. Summary of response by the member. The member was given an opportunity to respond and did so on March 13, 2025. The member apologizes for his outburst and states that he needs to provide perspective. He states that he lives in a ghetto where children die daily, and that the complainant will not understand the stresses of this. That because he has taken a decision not to forsake the poor and marginalized people of his constituency, his own children are raised in traumatizing circumstances. Further, that the complainant is not expected to understand this. Therefore, when a female member of the Democratic Alliance, DA, used social media to publicize that he and his children attended a funeral of the Fancy Boys gang leader, she knowingly placed his children at risk because his daughter attends school in a Fancy Boys gang stronghold. His son attends school in an Americans gang stronghold and his foster daughter attends school in a 28s gang stronghold. He states that the complainant may be confused by the jargon, which is understandable. The member states that the gangs are powerful, armed militants with reputations built on brutality and spite. He states that by making his family look sympathetic to the Fancy Boys gang, that piece of filth endangered his children. That while this was happening, he simultaneously had to deal with extra strain because his teenage daughter was undergoing surgery, which was traumatic for him because he is a protective father. The member states that what he said was wrong and that he will apologize to those who saw the social media post. He states that he is man enough to admit when he is wrong. He also states that he is not stupid enough to comment on issues that he does not understand. He states that it is interesting that the complainant heard what he said, but that the complainant failed to understand the reason for his comments. He states that maybe the complainant is okay with placing the lives of innocent children being placed in harm's way as idiots attempt to please their master, and he states that he is not an idiot attempting to please his master. The member questions how the chief whip of the DA, the member, can refer this matter to the ethics committee when a father slips in defense of his children. He states that the complainant did not make a peep when his Madam Zill questioned colored people's qualifications or when Marius Kuhn, also of the DA, claimed that coloreds were not fit for management. yet he is being led in Parliament by a man whose experience of management is selling dog shampoo. The member states that he would never call the complainant a hypocrite but will admit that he is confused by his action, but that he is not overly concerned about it. In conclusion, he states that he is sorry for his outburst, that he is prepared for whatever the committee decides. He advises the complainant to do some serious soul-searching. He states that his children could have been hurt at best and possibly worse. He states that it is a member of the complainant's political party that caused this, and yet he is the one complaining. The member states that this is white privilege. Video footage taken Facebook. Video footage taken from Facebook shows the content in question. The video footage has since been removed from the member's Facebook page. The provisions of the Code F. Item 5.1 of the Code provides as follows. 1. A member must a. abide by the principles, rules, and obligations of this code. b. uphold the oath or affirmation taken by the member in terms of Schedule 2, Item 4 of the Constitution. c. act on all occasions in accordance with the public trust placed in her or him. d. place the public interests above her or his own interests when discharging her or his obligations in terms of the Constitution to Parliament and the public at large. e. maintain public confidence and trust in the integrity of Parliament and thereby engender respect and confidence that society needs to have in Parliament as a representative institution. And f. in the performance of her or his duties and responsibilities, be committed to the eradication of all forms of discrimination. Item 9 of the Code provides as follows. 1. A member must not bring Parliament into disrepute when using, engaging in, or communicating content on social media platforms. A member who is addressing another member or a member of the public on social media platforms must not use derogatory, racist, or sexist language or content that is derogatory, racist, sexist. A member, when using social media platforms, may not incite violence or promote hate speech. When engaging in content on social media platforms, a member may not like, share, or comment on content that is derogatory, racist, sexist, or promotes violence or hate speech in order to promote such content. Recommendation on penalty. Item 24 of the Code provides the penalty applicable for a breach of the Code as contemplated in Item 16, 1, c. read with Item 9, 1, and 2 of the Code. The committee recommends to the House to impose all the following penalties. Item 24, a. a reprimand in the House, and Item 24b. that the member enter an apology in the House, to the public and to the woman that he referred to in the Facebook post, for the derogatory, racist, and vulgar language that he used during the Facebook video. And Item 24f. that the member be suspended from his seat in the parliamentary debates and committees for a period of 15 days. Item 2040f. And Item 24f. that the member's salary and allowances be reduced by an amount equal to 15 days, and Item 24h. that the member attend a consultation with the Speaker of the National Assembly, the co-chairpersons of the committee, and the acting registrar for discussions on the ethical conduct required of a member of Parliament.